Yay, all right. For real this time. This is all brand new territory for me going live. Also, because we are so close to the finish line, I'm willing to undertake pretty risky behavior because we're really at a ships our ammo stage. Of the 13 catalysts that I built way back in the beginning by accident, I still have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 catalysts still remaining, and I'd be perfectly content to burn through all 7 of them today. I think I may have built. I'd have to go back and look at the videos, or someone else have to do it for me. I think I may have built 1 or 2 catalysts since then, because I needed a catalyst, and one of my pre-built stock of catalysts was not nearby. But like maybe I've built 2. We still haven't run through anywhere near all of those 13 catalysts that I built at a time when the material cost of 13 catalysts was really substantial to me. Okay, it is 1500 Eve time. It's time to actually get this stream rolling. This is Bill. Bill wants to build a Cynabal and join the Angel Cartel cause in Zarzak, but he's not making it easy on himself. So we are here today because I need to buy a life support backup unit blueprint original. That is the whole purpose of this stream. We need to build all of those components that we need to build the Cynabal, and the only component that we don't have yet is the life support backup unit. We need, I think, 4 of them? However many we need, though, we definitely have the materials to build out all of our life support backup units, but the blueprint itself costs 150 million ISK. We needed to earn in total about 550 million ISK for all of the blueprints that we were going to need, and we've done most of that. We've bought all of them but this last one, and our ISK balance is currently sitting at 43.8 million. So today I need to earn 106.2 million ISK. So you might notice that we are in Thera. I flew into Thera first thing this morning in preparation for this stream. Every time I've left Thera in the last few weeks, I've been like, this is it. We're done. We're never coming back to Thera. There's nothing left in Thera that we need. And every time I keep being like, oh no, I'm gonna pop back into Thera for, a hot second. This time, the reason I've come back into Thera is because I realize I have parked in here Fiona the Catalyst, who is my blinged out NPC ratting ship. And this is what I want to fly today. The fit is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see. We have, oh, what the hell? What the? All right. And I can't drag this by that. There we go. This is Fiona the Catalyst. Full rack of meta blasters in the high. And then in the mid slot, we've got a web and an A-type dead space micro warp drive. And in the low slot, we've got, wait, what? Did they change the icon for mag stabs? Maybe I'll stop being so resistant to change and come to love this. But for now, I hate it. Anyway, as I was saying, 2 mag stabs in the bottom and a dead space armor rep. Our entire tanking ability is this 1 armor rep. We've got 4,400 EHP. But we're hunting battleships, we're gonna get under their guns, and then they're just never gonna hit us. And the micro warp drive, although it increases our signature radius and makes us easier to hit on the approach, usually you can approach those NPC battleships pretty quick, get in that tight orbit, and then turn it off. So it actually reduces the damage we take because we're approaching for less time. enough yapping. I think we're ready to take this ship out for a run. Now, we are going out to Null Sec, and I have already scanned a couple of Null Sec exits, but I'm also going to bring with me some of these noise needle jacks. All right, it's 10 minutes past the hour. I'm actually undocking. No one on D-scan. The first wormhole I want to take out of Thera is to Outer Ring. These two hyperspatial rigs that I have do make getting across Thera a little bit less painful in a destroyer, but this still feels like a pretty slow warp compared to the Atron with the 3 Tech 2 hyperspatials that I've been flying recently. Route Outer Ring. Outer Ring. I think I'm going to kill these battlecruisers. This is actually one thing I haven't figured out yet, is that these battlecruisers die so fast, they give 175,000 ISK. Is it worth my time? Like, is it better ISK per hour to kill the battlecruisers and the battleships? Or just to ignore a belt with battlecruisers and just bounce belt to belt with my hyperspatials looking for battleships? I'm also being pointed right now by the Guardian Angels. So I'm gonna need to kill these frigates as well. That's okay. We can kill these guys quick and go on to the next belt. It has begun. This belt has earned us, what's the bounty multiplier here? 150%. So this belt earned us about 500,000 ISK so far. 200 more belts like this, and we got it on lock. I'm not looting anything here today because there's not really any loot that we need. We don't really need any more minerals. Mostly I've been looting along the way in order to keep getting those 500 MN microwarp drives and those microwarp disruption field generators, because I always needed more minerals. But at this point, the only things I'm still going to be building are life support backup units, which don't take any conventional minerals, and the Cynabal, for which we already have all of our minerals safely in Minar. Killing frigates, I suppose I could be looting, looking for higher meta guns. But these are actually pretty decent. This is a pretty decent rack of blasters we have here. And with our focus being on ISK per hour, I'm pretty sure that if we are looting all the frigate wrecks to try and get that slightly better blaster, the time we spend looting is not going to pay for itself in terms of faster killing of battleships later in the stream. Oh, there we go. Our first battleships. 1.1, 800,000. These guys should go down pretty fast. There's 3 destroyers on grid. I may actually have to kill the destroyers just to stop them from applying to me. Because, like I said, my tank is just this armor rep. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill the destroyers because I can't perma-run the armor rep because of cap issues. These guys will die fast though. My cap is out after all. Yeah, I need to bounce to the safe. You guys get to see my bad module micro really on display here. I completely could have managed my modules properly and held grid there. Don't think that this first tick is going to be setting any records. If we can clear this belt and get those first 2 battleships onto that first tick, then it'll be more respectable. Now, when I was using this fit before, I was pretty sure that with this micro warp drive, I could actually get away with burning straight in at these guys. I'll probably take 1 heavy hit from the guy I'm burning at most. Obviously, it's better to spiral in at them if you're trying to mitigate the most damage. But, like I said, this fit was just built to really be killing these guys as fast as possible. Oh. And I'm orbiting the wrong guy. The limiting factor here in my ISK per hour is really always going to be bad piloting. Yeah, see there we got one good shot, and then once we were within 10 kilometers, even with the Sig Bloom from the micro warp drive, he couldn't hit us at all. No tick yet. We might sneak in this Port Admiral. I'm going to be hoping that we are regularly seeing 5+ million ISK ticks every time on this stream. I was talking a lot early on in the series about things that new players can do with, you know, minimal ISK and with minimal skills. And I kept talking about low sec belt ratting as an option. And low sec belt ratting, I think, is honestly still the place to go if you're just starting the game and are looking for something to do with your destroyer or even your frigate. You can make pretty decent ISK in low sec belts, especially, I mean, with battleships in the low security low sec belts, and then also the clone soldiers. And now they've even added officers to low sec belts in 0.1 and 0.2 space, I believe. 5.5 million ISK first tick. We're on our way. Yeah, low sec belt ratting is fantastic. If you aren't doing the challenge, probably low sec is more profitable for belt ratting than null sec. For me right now though, the ISK per hour is definitely higher out here. You wouldn't get a 5.5 million ISK tick, I don't think, in most low sec systems, unless you had been lucky enough to find a couple of clone soldiers. This guy's in a Synesis. I love the Synesis as a combat ship. It's the Society of Conscious Thought Destroyer, and it's like got really interesting combat bonuses. It's surprisingly good for destroyer level PvE content, especially when they put out those events that you can only go into in a Tech 1 destroyer, because the Synesis counts as one. The drone events, and there was one for Kaldari Union Day, I believe, last year that was limited destroyers as well. Oh, here's a Synesis. I was just gonna say, this guy's not going to be a threat to me. And then here we are. All right. I was chit-chatting too much. I don't need to be heating the... All right. I think I've been stream sniped for the first time. What a joker. What a joker. I was just chatting, saying, you know, Synesis, I love it as a combat ship, but everyone who flies it is always flying it as a transport vessel because they can insta-warp. They've got surprisingly big cargo holds. So I was sure that guy was just going to be traveling through, hauling stuff from one area of null sec to another. But I forgot that I'm streaming. My intention was that I was going to be super paranoid about local, safe up, and then if I need to, then just fill them out. I'm not as good at being cautious when I actually play as I am at being cautious when I'm planning. I am just jumping to the next system now to get out of being next to Thera and also keep riding out here in Outer Ring. There could be a gate camp here. Speaking of stream sniping, it seems possible. It seems possible that people would have set up bubble camps on both of the outgates from that system. But it did not happen. I'm pretty sure an overheated A-type micro warp drive could get me back to the gate pretty quickly, especially now that you can overheat in gate cloak, which is such a nice change that people are asking for forever. That little PvP intermission is going to definitely reduce our ISK per hour. I think our next tick might not be in the 5.5 to 6 million ISK range. Yeah, but it was amusing. No hard feelings. Another tick should be imminent. And then the ticks are also on a per system basis. So we'll get one tick for the last set of rats that we killed in the previous system, and then we'll also get a new tick, I believe, on a new schedule for this system now. Once we killed that first destroyer, I think that started the 20-minute timer to get the tick for this system. Man, we're taking a lot of damage in this belt. I know that the cruisers can hit me okay, but still, like, that's more damage than I'm used to taking from true cruisers in this fit. 5.2 million ISK. There we go. No problem. Nothing to worry about. I will say that my, like, my watching my structure go down and not really being concerned about it until I get to like 25% structure is definitely a side effect of me flying so many PvP frigates that have basically no hit points and that are AAR and hull tanked. When I'm flying my Vigil Fleet issue, the fight hasn't really even started until I'm in structure. So I'm quite used to that third bar being the like, okay, these are my actual hit points. I would kind of like to find a station soon without going back to Thera to rep up my structure and my heat damage. So I'm going to take a quick pop over to Dotlan and see if there is a station nearby. 3 jumps away. Dotlan and Evegate checks suggests that there have not been people killing along that path. In fact, the only PvP Dotland showing in the entire region, in the entire Outer Ring region in the last hour, is 1 kill in T-Tac Z, and I think I know which kill that is. Okay, this feels good. This is setting us back 37,000 ISK on our quest towards 150 million, though. But I think we gotta take it. 3 ticks, 14 million ISK, and another daily goal reward that I need to send out now. I normally wait for a bunch of them to come in and then send them out all at once. But when I ding 150 million here today, I want to have actually dinged 150 million. This is going a bit slower than I expected, and I need to take a quick break, but I'll be right back. I realized I really should have burned an undock bookmark before sitting docked up in this Null Sec station on stream, obviously, visibly AFK. But we'll see. We'll see if the station's been camped or not. No one's waiting for me. I think it might also be time, because we have no timers and we've spent an hour out here at Outer Ring, it might be time to head somewhere else. This could take us anywhere in Null Sec. We're using the noise rather than the signal, which means it should take us someplace where there's been minimum activity. Really, Serpentis are the ideal rats for us to be killing, and we've landed in Syndicate. But there are people in local, so we're gonna get out of this system. This is much busier than I expected from a noise filament, although I am happy to be in NPC Null with Serpentis rats. A9D has people in it too. 1 person in LSC. 10 UZ is empty. I'm gonna go 1 jump further. Actually, no, I'm not, because those are both dead end systems. I'm gonna try ratting 10 UZ. Our timer for the filament is down to 6 minutes, which means that once we start shooting NPCs and get the 5-minute NPC combat timer, we basically, as soon as our NPC combat timer runs out, we should be able to filament again if we need to. Okay, and that's it. 3.3 million. That is an underwhelming tick. Okay, we have a 2-minute log-off timer here. I want to filament out of here. Okay, I'm in Immense in Goon Swarm space. I'll be popping up on intel channels immediately. I'm going to get out of this system and see if we can find a unoccupied system as soon as possible. I think goons are still more active in their space than usual because it's still relatively new after their move up. They're still settling in. This is not an optimal area of space for what I'm trying to do right now. But we still have 8 more filaments. 16 people in local here. That does make me feel like BTAC R is probably not going to be a place where I can get much peace. But I'm going to give it a shot. 10 in local here with a bunch of mobile tractor units out. Oh, wow. That's a lot of stuff on D-scan. I think I am in danger of being hunted. But we're going to go lay eyes. Lay eyes in the Titan graveyard. Nonetheless. I'm not going to rat here, though. I'm not going to rat here with a Proteus, a Vargner, a Slepter, as their Nitra and a Stormbringer on D-scan. Here we are at the BR TAC Titan graveyard. The remnants of a famous major player battle that has been memorialized with this permanent site. I don't see any combat scanner probes on scan yet, but there's more stuff popping up on D-scan every minute. I'm not sure I'm going to safely get out of the system. I'm going to go try and put eyes on the gate, but there's only one gate out of here. Yeah, there's a malediction on the gate out now. Where are the combat scanner probes? I'm going to say hi in local. 6 minutes left on our timer. These 3 safes are in a line with each other, which is not optimal. So I'm going to go make another safe over in this direction. I'm pretty safe from being caught with combat scanner probes, as long as I keep moving and keep dropping new safes. No one's got probes out yet. I want to descan this gate one more time. There's a legion on now. I say even if there was no one on this gate at this point, I don't think I'd feel safe going through it because the chances of there being an interdictor on the other side by now are too high. 4 minutes left. I'm going back to Titanimaki to take another look. Since we're here. Get a good screenshot, right? No danger in turning off the UI for a second. Here in BR TAC with like 15 goons and Stormbringers, Interceptors, and T3s. Yeah, slight danger in turning off the UI. Malediction landed and started burning at me. Good thing I aligned out before I turned the UI off. If he'd had an abyssal point, I would have been pointed there at 46 kilometers. And I've just dropped another new safe that they definitely can't have scanned down. So I'm gonna go to my new safe, and my timer is at 3, 2, 1. So they're saying bye to me in local, which leads me to believe quite cleverly that those people recognized that it was me, discovered that I was streaming, and were watching the stream, seeing me say that I was just about to leave, which also actually is interesting because it adds another element of stream sniping that hadn't really occurred to me, which is that if someone is actively hunting me, it's a mercenary den. If someone is actively hunting me and is on my stream, then they can actually see where I'm dropping my safe spots. Which means that they could potentially put their probes in exactly the right part of the system, even without seeing me on D-scan. Mercenary Den, this is brand new content. I don't know if these battleships here are related to this mercenary den or if they just spawned due to the Skyhook, but I think I'm going to try and kill them. If we get some new absurd mercenary den spawn, then this could be the end of this stream. Cal Minor of the Initiative has popped into system. We're in Fountain now. This is initiative space, right? Yeah. But we just filamented, so he can't have come here looking for me. I think we're safe to try and kill these battleships. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't spent any time at Skyhooks since they were added. Do these rat spawns naturally occur at Skyhooks, or is this related to the mercenary den? I have no idea. I have no idea even how these mercenary dens work. The Deathless Circle has developed an open source facility known throughout the cluster as a mercenary den. Allegedly designed as a hub for Upwell clones to rest and relax, they have quickly become congregating places for mercenaries. That matches the name. Is this like a roll your own anomaly? I really should have read the patch notes. Can I interact with that den in some way? I killed the frigates because I got tired of them shooting me. We're going to kill these 2 battleships for the bounty. And then I guess we'll find out if another wave spawns, whether we're running mercenary den content or not. I only came here in the first place because when we filamented in, we landed like 14,000 kilometers off of the Skyhook, and we could see these 3 battleships on grid with us. And so I was like, well, I can't turn down that bounty. It's basically like an optimal belt spawn. Huh. All right. Luxembourg in chat is saying that rats auto-spawn at all Skyhooks. Well, since we're out in Sov Null, and a lot of these systems don't have many belts, maybe I'll try bouncing between Skyhooks looking for NPCs. Okay, yeah, no further spawn. Let's try another Skyhook. Oh, look at this! All right, my friends. We've developed a whole new tactic. So we're currently sitting at 94.6 million ISK. Our goal when we started out today was to ding 150. We're not going to do that, but I've had the very, very good suggestion from chat that 3 months have passed. We can run the Epic Arc again. When you run the Epic Arc, there's a 3-month timer, and then you can do the whole thing again. That applies to all of the Epic Arcs. And it has been like 10 months, 11 months since we last ran Angel Sound. And the rewards from that Epic Arc are about 65 million ISK. Got us most of the way to the Thorax BPO. And this time, it should get us across the line to our life support backup unit blueprint. So we're nearing the end of this stream today, but this has been super fun. When I go back and run Angel Sound in order to finally push us across the ISK line for good, for real, I think I'm going to stream it again. I feel like we've been here in TU TAC for 20 minutes. I'm just waiting for that tick to take us over 100 million ISK. I am starving, you guys. I have been streaming most of the morning and well into the mid-afternoon, my time here in Montreal, and I haven't eaten a damn thing yet today. And I am getting a little bit sort of like cramp in my butt and back from sitting here at the keyboard for 4.5 hours straight. I am about ready to move on with my day, but I can't bring myself to do it until I tick 100 million ISK, because we're so close. One more tick's going to take us across. And if you haven't noticed what I'm doing here, I warped to this belt and found a mobile tractor unit. I was like, I can't bear to not pop this mobile tractor unit, although it's probably empty. However, my immediate instinct must shoot MTU has now ticked my timer back up to 15 minutes. So I can't filament out of here. Whoa. And a lot of DPS was suddenly incoming from those battlecruisers. And there's the ding. The tick came in. 6.5 million ISK tick, not even counting the ESS holdback. Wow. So that was like an 11 million ISK tick. By far the most profitable tick I've ever seen in a Catalyst. And we're sitting at 102 million ISK. Potentially another 10 million coming in from those ESS payments if they don't get robbed. So that'll put us up to around 112 million. So Angel Sound will 100% get us across the line. I said I was going to call it when we dinged 100 million ISK. But I need to go back here and finish shooting this MTU, which means I may actually need to kill all of these cruisers that are right up in my face. So you get my company for another 5 minutes. Whoa. We're going back in there though. We still have 234 structure. These belt NPCs, and they know I'm streaming, trying to get famous. There we go. Now, has the MTU's shield fully recharged? Nope. MTU down. There's a lot of stuff in there. There's nothing in here that I actually need though. So this kill mail marks the end of the stream. What a victory. What a victory. That MTU almost killed me.